Good audio. What's up?
What's up? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Judio, and I'm back again with a new video. So today I'm joined by this young man.
Uncle Kevin. What's good, fam?
Why do you have to be so dramatic?
Because that's what I do, man.
You don't have to.
I'm a showman.
You don't have to scream and do gimmicky stuff.
It's not gimmicky, man. You know what I mean?
Today we're going to be reacting to Religion is Bullshit by George Carlin. So I've seen this video on Vibe with Judio, and this is going to be his first time. I want to see his reaction. So
we don't know what Vibe with Judio is, man. Can you please explain to the people what you're talking about?
Oh, people know I'm that famous. Like, I'm not new to this thing.
We have no idea.
Department. In the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish, where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
That's the part that caught my attention. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Explain yourselves, religionists. Right? Christians, where you at?
I'm a Christian, but this is from Muslims.
He loves you. He loves you, and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
Yeah, facts. The way churches are always donate, give us. I'm like, bro, when is enough? Like, give. All right. Chill.
How many churches have you been to that keep asking you to give?
Every church I've been at.
For what reason? Is it charity? Is it to help people?
It's
or what?
charity. It's you should tithe. It's you should seed. You should do this. I'm like, at what point do you just go, you know what? Welcome to church. Yes, $5. Like, we're going to bless you.
But there are churches that feed people, though. What if they take the money to feed people?
Bro, they're feeding people. Someone donated for them to feed people. But whilst they're giving away those donations, they're like, donate.
It's a good cause.
Everybody's fine.
Yeah, let's listen. You're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it.
But, thank you. Thank you very much. But I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this. If there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night. First thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun. Okay?
That's a shot.
What's a shot? Because I know you cannot look at the sun.
No, he said he can actually see the sun, but in reference.
The sun.
God,
okay,
like the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was like a
Unlike some other gods I
right
could
there.
mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best thing about the sun...
Even if I disagree with everything, I can't really disagree with this one. Because, yeah, when I was younger, I literally used to see kids, not just kids, like teenagers, come to church trying to, show off who dress better, who looks better. Yeah, so this one, to some extent, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with what he's saying. I'm just, I'm listening. I'm the listener right here.
Never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hadn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Know why? I wouldn't presume on our friendship. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. It's not nice, and it's no way to treat a friend. But people do pray, and they pray for a lot of different things. Your sister needs an operation on her crotch. Your brother was arrested for defecating in a mall. But most of all, you'd really like to fuck that hot little redhead down at the convenience store. The one with the eye patch and the club foot.
People make deals, all right? Like, if you let me be with her, I'm going to donate.
That's what you do, yeah?
I think you'd have to. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plans? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine, but if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seems like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just skip the praying part?
He almost sounds like a preacher. He can tell you his breakdown is just very comprehensive. He's a very, very intelligent man. He has a sound.
Go
mind
right
for
to
sure.
his will. It's all very confusing. So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But, as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
Yeah,
Joe
no,
Pesci.
so
Two reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't fuck around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with one visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now. And I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the four-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just...
Have you heard?
I've never heard of it before.
No, not switching God's testicles, but like those voodoo people, the weird stuff they do.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
In Africa, I got bones. I'll throw the bones. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the bones.
Okay, don't throw no bones. I don't want no smoke, but...
Pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The Three Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've often always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was. In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay. All right? Tell you what. I'll raise the stakes. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See? Nothing happened. Oh, wait. Got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you. Thank you
George
all.
Carlin.
I appreciate it.
This is crazy.
What do you think of it? You know, I actually said in my video, I said, after I watched the video, I'm like, this man is crazy. Someone said, you're supposed to analyze, not say he's crazy. But the thing is, when we say it's crazy, it's not...
Yeah.
It's not either like to...
I think that's a word you actually have to redefine for people, because I get what they were saying, but
I wasn't referring to him as somebody who's mental or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's crazy. Like,
let's say crazy Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, what does it mean?
Crazy is generally a positive, desirable characteristic describing someone who's very out there, fun to be with.
Exactly, that's what I meant by he's crazy.
Yeah,
I think
but then people take it to mean the mental aspect of it, of the word crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to his... I don't know about his mental health, so why would I say he's crazy?
Which I think the problem is there's a cultural difference, which I always go there because I feel like in the African culture, we don't take things... We mean things literally, right?
Yeah.
So if you are mentally challenged, people will call you out like, yo, that's mental. Mm-hmm. And then if it's crazy, like, man, that was crazy. Yeah. It's crazy in the sense that what he's doing, I do not have the word to express it. It's not like, oh, this is funny. It's just that I get his ideas and I get where he's coming from. Exactly. And I get what he's delivered.
Yeah, the thing about him was the questions or the points he was making. It's not points we can just disregard or disapprove.
Yeah.
It's something that words or deserves consideration,
Oh yeah, and
they're relevant questions, and he's thought them through. Like He's not something that he's just gonna put out there. He actually took time to give his own reasons and light.
And think about.
Yeah. So the only way to shut him down or disapprove that would be to answer the questions with more relevant points. You know, you can't just say, "Oh, he was saying trash." You have to say, "This is trash because this." You know.
But then that's the challenge with religion, right? Religion is based off of theories and stories passed down, so there is no
Faith.
valid.
That's what it's called.
See, that's bullshit as well. Like, according to him, like, what the hell is faith? The belief into something that doesn't exist, which goes to his very first point. Religion has bullshitted people into believing there is an invisible man. Faith.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't just disregard what he said.
Yeah.
Because I'm Christian. I'm never gonna denounce that. But I can't just say he was saying trash, because sometimes, you know, you want to ask yourself some questions and be like, I really need these answers too, you know?
Yeah.
So these are questions that if you have like a theologist or a theologian or a pastor, somebody who can actually answer and, you know, be precise.
But I don't think you can answer them, because it goes back to the basis of what Christianity. If you're going to break down Christianity or religion is basically how it was passed down in storytelling. Somebody told someone a story. That story has been told.
But isn't that how everything?
That's how everything works.
That's how everything works, though.
So now people are questioning that story to say, well, where's your proof? And then so now you have to go back to the first person who started with the story, and that's where religion then goes. You know what? Too much questions. Faith. Then it's like,
But everything works the exact same way, though. Everything works by telling a story, because from the start of time, they said, who was actually the Australopithecus africanus, is that what it's called? The chimpanzee. Yeah, from then grew to Homo erectus to Homo sapien. All the stories, like, who actually recorded those things?
But yeah, that's where, until someone calls bullshit. The thing is, you can propose a story, forward it, come up with your proof of whatever.
Yeah.
And then someone has to question you. And then the person who questions you has to question with proof as well, right? Like what he did, where you're going, this. And then you have to rebuff him. But then it's difficult because it's...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, for me, though, the thing I'm going to say is that man, if there's anything about what he did, he is a very intelligent person.
Oh yeah, comedians are always like that.
Yeah, he has a very sound mind. Like, I'm not just talking of like an average comedian who just makes joke. He's someone who reads, who questions things. Yeah, I like his work. I respect his work.
He understands the Bible, so he wasn't just attacking from an ignorant.
Exactly. That is why I can't just disapprove. If somebody just come and be like, "Oh, the Bible is trash," then it's gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about?" But he was specific with points. You know, it was like this, and then gave. It's like with the part where he said, "You go to a fire and it's gonna burn." Then he said, "But he loves you." You know, those are
and those are things people think about as well, right? Like, like for me, when I was a kid, a lot of stuff didn't make sense when I was in what's it called, where you go on Sunday school. Like, I'm like, man, like especially the First Testament God, like that man was on fire.
Let's end the video so it doesn't get too long.
Anyway, people, let us know what you thought of George. What's his last name?
George Carlin.
George Carlin's comedy. If you want us to react to more of his stuff,
I want to bring more. Like, I want us to check out more. I've seen 2 or 3 now. I just checked out the one that says How to Save the Planet. Yeah. I think you might like that one too, but we can check it out together.
All right. We'll be bringing more George Carlin. This was ridiculous. Comment, see, the more likes you give on a video, it lets us know that you guys enjoy this type of content, and it helps to bring our faces to more people so that the whole world can laugh in 2022. Yeah,
I should also say, please share your thoughts on the video. You know, if there's something that you have in mind to, you know, like an opinion, you don't have to roast us.
Hey, you can do whatever you want. Free world.
Anyway, I mean, if you want to roast us, like, we're not going to be depressed, but feel free to share. Feel free to share your thoughts. You know, you can say anything in the comment section. Is your choice.
Yeah, we are happy people. We are protected by the invisible man. So do your thing. Bring your best. Anyway, that's
a wonderful day, guys.
Have a wonderful day. See you.
Peace.
Next time.